ourselves across all of those many issues. When it comes to the principle, we're looking at the same cause. So what we are doing, seemingly, is always trying to address and mitigate the effects. And this has now, in regards to Guantánamo, really reached absolutely extraordinary proportion. And as you said a moment ago, Mr. Obama, claiming to be, constitutional lawyer, he perhaps should revisit his constitutional law or do something, more meaningful about it. And as my colleague was saying, the economic pressure is also something that we need to be very aware of and work to try to mitigate. Much like you, I'm probably in my area where I live in Labrador, I'm probably one of the very few constituents to be constantly on my neighbour's back, and he comes back to me with the same sort of, towing the line kind of replies. But probably one strategy would be to just all descend upon our respective MPs as a group rather than making individual appointments. Another one is to continue to encourage those we know in our neighbourhoods to really take a more proactive role, because unless the pressure is built bottom up and there's a ground swelling, the politicians are just going to continue to fob us off.
Well, one thing is breaking through the wall of ignorance, isn't it? Actually, people knowing about it. We seem to have actually created something. If this gets onto YouTube or something, we can announce the fact that we've created a street forum for discussion that people can come and find out from experts like Aisha and others about what's going on, because you won't find it on the main media at all, and some people don't really bother to search anywhere else for news. And as the good weather comes on, we can meet outside the American Embassy and educate people. We can have another session like this.
Well, what about a fast that we would announce a particular day that we would call on people globally to, even if it was a one-day fast, those who could do a week, 2 weeks. Julian Assange said he would do it. We could get other well-known people. There's all kinds of people who express support that if we did it globally together and we said on this day, and people sign up on a website and they say, I'm going to commit to doing X numbers of days, and we try to do it in visible places. Those who can would do it a place like here. Does that sound like something that might be of interest?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great idea.
If we could pick a day that would be symbolic, or, I mean, obviously we need a couple of weeks, or, I don't know, we need some time to get it together and get people to sign up so that when we announced it, we'd already have like 500 people or, whatever our goal is. But it would be really great, I think, to do it jointly with all these different groups between the U.S., Canada, and we've been in touch with people in Yemen, family members, and others. I think something like that, a little more dramatic, would be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great idea.
So how do we follow up with that?
We certainly have exchanged details, and we know how to contact one another, and we can begin to filter that down. And everybody who's here is presumably either in receipt of the London Guantánamo campaign emails or on the mailing list. I know I am on both. We are on quite a number of them. So, just sharing the information and making sure that it is disseminated.
Yes, I mean, if you then you have the hub, let's say, others, so that everybody's directly getting respective information, going out like routes of the train in that respect.
Yeah, if we create a separate website just for the fast, and then people can sign up on Facebook, yeah.
Possibly then what one would have spent, let's say, that day or that week on food, that could be put also in terms of funding.
Well, that's something that Julian suggested, and I wasn't sure how it
then and also, even though the grassroots is always going to be the way forward, as we know, so we have like in the sense of worldwide constituency of understanding. But at the same time, then if you have prominent people who are going to sign up to do something like that, so that is also like many want to support that. In fact, apart from rhetoric.
Get all your progressive members of parliament.
There
More
aren't
than we
any.
have, actually.
There aren't any. They're just on.
There's George.
George Galloway.
George Galloway.
So is it maybe worth trying to get in touch with some people to maybe announce, so I'm going to do this one day fast, to make it sort of almost unfortunately attractive to people? That's how people get involved in causes.
Yeah, he told me a couple of celebrities who've been supporting him.
Even if they could just wear a t-shirt or something.
And they do the one day fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Something they could download.
Just to say, or it could be, I'm fasting for the whatever. Fast one day and wear orange or something. So I think it would be good to have something so that people can ask you, why are you doing this? If you have something written, then people can actually start a discussion.
That's a great idea.
But certainly putting, whatever amount towards supporting the work of Michael Ratner and Clive Stafford Smith, I'm sure everybody would be very glad to do that.
I mean, Julian also suggested that people get people to pledge. So if I say I'm going to do, your friends then pledge money for your fast. So if you're going to do 7 days, they can pledge a certain amount of money per day. Yeah.
It's a good way to raise awareness. It's
Yeah.
a good way to enlist people and encourage them to take greater responsibility and play a more proactive role.
And I guess by soliciting sponsors, those that don't want to fast will have another way to participate.
They can always donate.
They can always donate, right? Yeah. But you're right, getting some celebrities.
I know for the Palestine issue, every so often you hear the Stevie Wonders refused to do a concert in Israel, and everybody's talking about it, even if they don't know about the Palestine issue.
Sure.
And if we could just get somebody to
Like
sort of, when she's such a famous designer, and I forgot her name, but she wore this, Vivienne Westwood, when she wore the t-shirt with Julian Assange, everybody's still talking about that.
What's her name?
Vivienne Westwood.
British designer.
British designer.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Punk.
So if someone like that wore like a t-shirt or something in a public place,
Does the singer who used to be Cat Stevens, now Mohammed Yusuf Islam, does he do anything?
He doesn't live here anymore, apparently.
No. Does he live in Dubai?
I've heard he's moved abroad. Yeah, but I don't think that his work is politically minded. I think it's more to do with humanitarian supporting people in terms of livelihoods and education.
Cat Stevens is so yesterday. Maybe somebody a bit more youthful, maybe Lady Gaga. You know?
Oh, we won't get Lady Gaga.
Well, she met up with Julian Assange recently, so
Yeah. I had a long talk with Julian about Amnesty, about the case of Bradley Manning and how bad they've been on that case, refusing to name him a prisoner of conscience or even refer to him as a political prisoner. So that's problematic. But on Guantánamo, I think they've been pretty good. So
I mean, they obviously have a
well, why don't we get them involved in the fast? So any other ideas on that?
I just want to maybe also make a suggestion, something that I really noticed when I was trying to get people to sign the petition for Shaka Amr, was that I think people are just so scared.